Yes, greetings, blessings, people. You're here right on the Big Bad Station, arrabradio.com, and I'm here with a very special guest, somebody that I've seen do some works so much on social media. He goes by the name of Shaun Michael. Definitely an energy and a vibration. So, of course, special guest, you there?
I am here, Kat. Yes, DJKat, man, pick up yourself.
Every time. Oh.
Righteously.
So, I know you've been doing so much work. Like, literally every day I see you put another status on that you're doing this, you're doing this. But tell the listeners, tell the people, like, who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Cool, yep. So my name is Shaun Michael. That is my first name that my mother gave me at birth. So no, I'm not switching music or the wrestler. But yeah, I'm a rapper, DJ, producer. I DJ mostly reggae and dancehall music. As a rapper, I am cross-genre, so from my roots of Jamaica with reggae, dancehall, jungle, to UK rap.
Wow, so you're everything.
Trying.
Oh gosh. Okay, let's talk about this journey, because I know it's been a minute that you've been in this scene of music. But when did it all begin?
Boy, since I was a kid, I always wanted to be into something creative. Like, I always wanted to be creative, as a matter of fact. And I remember seeing them kids on, on Art Attack when I was a youth, showing my age here, where they would be making all this cool stuff. And I just always wanted to be creative. So I got into a bit more of the music style, rapping and stuff in school with the boys. And then I got kicked out of school at 15 and started to go to youth centers and mucking around with the music, and it just stuck,
Okay. And I've got to ask you, I mean, I know the school system isn't great, but what is it that didn't really connect with you and made, like, you ended up doing music? Like, what was going on there in your time?
Shit. Too much. I found, for instance, the school that I was going to, specifically the middle school, Temple Cowley in Oxfordshire, all the kids of any ethnic background were all in the same sets.
Okay.
So, like, if you were brown skin, you were in the lower sets, like 3 and 4, right?
Yeah.
And all of us, we were all in there. And as you went up to 2 and 1, it was predominantly more, English. Things like going swimming, all of the ethnic minority kids would be put in a baby pool, and meanwhile the other children, the English children, they would be doing actual swimming lessons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as a grown man now, I mean, I can swim, but when I swim, people laugh.
Oh,
like a fish that's drowning,
I hear that.
So, and myself, I got ADHD and dyslexia. So, I guess as soon as it comes to teaching somebody of, I'm not saying that they're racist, I guess they just didn't make the effort with, ethnic minorities, and therefore often we felt quite left behind. And then when you have something like attention deficit hyperactive disorder, you need to be constantly stimulated. You need to be challenged. So when I wasn't mentally stimulated or challenged or learning or improving or growing, I do some other shit, like bring matches to school.
Wow, that's a jump.
You know what I mean? But yes, but it's quite funny, because as much as I do music full-time as well, I'm a certified cloud infrastructure engineer in IT.
Wow, that's a mouthful, man.
So regardless of not finishing my education, and the teachers actually turning to my parents and saying, I don't think there's much promise of young Shaun. I don't think he's going to, be an academic student. I think he should maybe finish school, learn a trade. I went on and self-studied and passed my own certifications, and became an engineer anyway, so.
Wow. So that just dropped the mic on everybody, yeah?
Sorry. So going through that and just the general struggles of a young teenage person, you need an outlet to put that out into, because you can't just keep it inside, So man, I just got into the music, and it became a way to channel that negative energy that was consuming me and making me want to do road, do bad things, get in trouble with the police, get arrested, police showing up at the house. Oh God, police showing up at the house. My dad grabbing me and the officer, like, when I come out, I'm a bomber.
Gosh.
That is both out, you understand? And yeah, music just kind of helped me stay grounded and leveled, you know.
I hear that. So do you remember that first time you walked into a recording studio, or you walked into a space where you thought, whoa, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
Do you know what it was? It wasn't even a studio. I was buzzing from it was just when I realized I could write.
Yeah.
And make things rhyme and make things make sense and deliver a flow. And people were like, whoa. I was like, yeah, that wasn't bad, was it? And, you know, just being able to hang with other guys who've been doing it for longer and learning from them, you know, that was what made me, and it was the feeling as well of, I can't explain it. It was like almost having something lifted, just spitting bars, it's like something just lifted from myself.
Yeah.
And it was negative energy, you know?
Yeah, I hear that. So, with that being said, I know that you constantly traveling, constantly moving around. First of all, I bet your passport is full. But tell us some of these places you've been going to and kind of why you've been going to these different places. What's happening out there?
Bookings. So I was in Germany for a while.
Yeah.
From I think 2015 or so, 2013. Made a lot of connections, and I just have a regular fan base over there. So I tend to fly over there, do a couple of shows when I get booked. I have a lot of friends there. Sometimes, you know, it's nice to just go out to Berlin specifically.
Yeah.
Big up City Lock crew. Yeah, man. And just go jam, you know. And then Poland to do also shows. I'm working with a new guy over there. He has a venue. He does a lot of music. He's from Belarus, but had to escape Belarus due to everything that was going on. No, I think he was in Ukraine.
Oh, wow.
In between Ukraine and yeah. So he's now in Poland. He set up a new venue, so we're going to be working.
Yeah.
And just, you know, when you're on this mission, you cannot just do everything in one place and expect things to happen. Sometimes you have to go over there, find that person, find those connections.
Yeah.
Show your talent and see if, you know, something can be made. And that's what I like to do.
For true. And one thing I am jealous of, ain't gonna lie, is the fact that you're flying to JA so often. I feel like you need a limit.
Well, yeah. I'm going for my passport. I'm going to become a Jamaican citizen.
Okay.
Hopefully in September. Last year this year I was trying to do it, but I didn't have my birth certificate. I had my grandma's certificate. But yeah, so this year we're going to try again.
Yeah. Give it a go. Hopefully you'll be certified Jamaican, you know?
Yeah, man. 100. It hurts me because I should have been born in Jamaica. Like, my sister was born in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And I don't know why she doesn't have a passport, but she was born in St. Catherine.
Oh, wow.
But
okay.
My mother was pregnant with me, and my sister was in an accident with my father.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to tell them, oh, God, I'm pregnant again.
Oh, gosh.
So she already, because my grandma, Windrush, everything, my grandma already sorted out for the two. So my mom and my auntie, they got their stay in the UK already when they were young.
Yeah.
Because my grandfather was also an engineer from Cuba who was, you know, working in the UK. So he was able to sort out their documents. So she just jumped on a plane, didn't tell anybody she was pregnant, and just skipped.
Wow.
Out.
Wow.
I should have been born in Jamaica, but I was actually born in Liverpool.
Wow, that's a deep story, man. Wow. But you know what? What was meant to be was meant to be. But you don't have a Scouse accent though, so you know.
I didn't grow up there, so no, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really grow up there.
Imagine you with a Scouse accent. That'd be mad. That'd be mad.
I'd love to imagine it. I think it's kind of cool, actually. I like it. It's interesting.
It is interesting, but it'd still be mad. And you as well. Just that'd be different.
Plus, I don't understand it very well.
Oh gosh. So I know you've been doing. I know you've been doing some work with Rowan and he does a lot of stuff with Rory and things like that. Tell us about that journey, man.
So, really, it started a while back when I was Positive Vibes crew. I made a connection with Rowan Dwyer, and yeah, man, we have some mutual connections as well. So I was just like, yeah, I'd love to work with you, boom, boom, boom. He was like, yeah, man, yeah, we'll see. And nothing came of it.
Nothing like that.
Because I don't think I was at that level yet to be talking to somebody of this stature. I mean, you check out his discography.
Yeah.
Man's done remixes for even Lady Gaga. Their team has come to him like, can you do this? He's worked with everybody from Beyonce to Mr. Vegas is a regular friend of his. And, a lot of artists are coming and going from his studio. So for me at that time to go up, must have been like, yeah, you're cool, but you're not really ready.
Yeah.
But through Vigilante Entertainment, I started working in Jamaica a lot. They are a record label that started up with Dean Mundy at the helm. Vigilante have recently produced the Born a Leader track on Butch Banton's album, and that track has been nominated for a Grammy. I was invited to Dean's studio in Hope Road in Kingston, and he was like, oh, you're a rapper, man. I heard you're a rapper, spit some bars. So I was like, all right, so I dropped some lyrics over some of the beats, and he was quite impressed, which was nice.
Yeah.
And so I formally became like a member of Vigilante, and then I've always had that link with Ron for a long time. I'm always sending him stuff. We have, meaningful conversations around the music. And 2020, so before Vigilante and everything, actually 2020, he sent me a couple of rhythms. Like, he was like, yeah, you can hang. Sent me some tunes, and we did some ideas.
Yeah.
Then the pandemic hit, and everything was a mess. He moved from his studio. He was at Tough Gong Studio. I moved from there, lost contact. But since I've been back in Jamaica now, we have been recording religiously and ready to release. We've got a distribution contract with The Orchard, which is Sony, and MKZWO in Germany, which is a sub-label of the Sony. But yes, yeah, man. So that is where we're at with that.
Wow. And when you are with somebody like that, does it make you, I'm not going to say do better, but does it make you want to keep on striving for success? Or you're like, you know what, I'm me and I'm just going to be me? What's your mindset when you walk in somewhere like that?
For me, I'm just like, you have to respect the people that you're working with.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. You have to be on time. These guys, they have a lot of big artists that they're working for, people who are fighting to get in the door with him. The fact that you've been given that opportunity, I think you should feel blessed and grateful, and respect their time. A lot of people have studio sessions late in the day and the evening. Rowan Dwyer has a schedule where he goes to bed at 8 in the evening and wakes up at 2 in the morning and works right the way through the day and the night.
Whoa.
So when he's offering me studio time, like, I'm in Kingston, and there's parties and there's people, and I got a lot of cousins and family. They want to go drink rum and do a whole heap of madness, and I like to drink rum and do a whole heap of madness. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bed because Rowan expects me in the studio for 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever told me to come to the studio at 9 in the morning, ever, apart from Rowan. So I'm making sure I get up at 7:30, having my coffee. The sun is already up. The place is already heating up. Drinking some water, you understand, having a small snack to eat, making sure I'm at the studio ready for him when he's ready for me, you understand?
Yeah, I love that. Because, a lot of the time people are saying to me, Kat, it's so hard to get ourselves out there. Is it hard to get yourself out there, or is it a case of it's not what you know, it's who you know?
It's a bit of both.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard. Like, I've given up many times. You know what? Like, I'm doing the engineering, I'm enjoying it, learning, it's great. I'm paying my bills, I'm good. To hell with this, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
But then you start to feel a bit like something's missing in your life, depression sits in, you no longer have that release. Music, yeah, it's a gift and a curse, because sometimes you hate it, but really you love it and you need it in your life. Is it hard to get out there? The way I see it is like you have a massive boulder and you're behind this boulder in a tunnel, and you have tools. You can make tools or you can find tools. Either way, you just have to keep chipping at that block. Yeah. You chip a bit on the right today, you chip a bit on the left tomorrow, you chip a bit at the top, and you just continuously finding the tools to keep chipping at that block. And eventually, that block will crack and it will become easier as you get stronger.
I hear that 100%. And you know, one of the pieces that I really did enjoy from yourself was something called "Do That," and I wanted to know about this.
Have you heard that? Oh, you heard that? Oh yeah, I performed that. Yeah, I did. I performed a little snippet of it when I was in Coventry, right?
That's it. I do like that. Different.
That's coming out. That is coming out. That's Rowan.
Okay. So
Well, that's the Mixaholic. That's Rowan who's the engineer, and that's the Mixaholic producer in our team. Yeah.
wow, nice. So how did that piece come about? What made you come out with that particular piece, and how did it become what it is?
So it was pandemic times. Pandemic, I'm pretty sure wasn't good for a lot of people.
Yeah.
It wasn't good for me. And prior to this, so like just before, like around the end of 2019, Rowan and the Mixaholic, so Mixaholic is the producer for Mixaholic Music, sent me this rhythm, and I was like, yo, this is mad. And I didn't jump on it straight away because I wanted to, attack that rhythm with everything I had. And so, yeah, when the pandemic hit, I kind of wasn't really doing music. I was in my head, I was thinking, this is it now. The music industry's done. Everything's done.
Yeah.
Doomsday. Everything's done. Like,
Jesus.
but but yeah, I just channeled what I was feeling at the time. Because I still had that hunger for music, and I still tried to do a couple of things.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, yeah, I just kind of spat the real raw. I wanted it to be hip hop. I didn't want it to be overly reggae or dancehall. Because the rhythm itself, when you hear it, so we've released the rhythm. It's called It
Yeah.
by the Mixaholic. You can find that on all platforms. It's already playing on Bridge Radio in Jamaica as well. When you hear that rhythm, it is an absolute vibe, and it just gave me that energy to drop what I dropped, and that will be coming this year, 100%.
Okay, you know what? I feel privileged that I've heard it.
Yeah, not many people have heard it.
Okay, and then there's Out of Order, isn't it? Is that an album or an EP?
It's an EP.
Okay.
So, the EP itself is predominantly hip hop.
Okay.
But as you can hear in like the first track I've released, it has the influences of reggae and dancehall. You've got the chops from the guitar and the piano. You got the reggae bass line. So this whole EP is going to have a lot of influences of reggae and dancehall. But I haven't ever just done a straight hip hop or rap EP. It's always been a mixture of reggae, dancehall, predominantly with a sprinkle of hip hop.
Yeah.
So.
And is that done on purpose, or is it a case of that you're not gonna stick yourself in a hip hop box, but you're gonna just be whatever comes to mind?
Be whatever comes to mind, whatever I feel. Yeah. So I'm also when working with Vigilante and the Mixaholic and Ron Dwyer, through my contacts in Germany, I was able to broker the Orchard contract with Sony, and I kind of said to the guy, look, I'm bringing you two guys, but I want my own distribution as much as I'm working with them. Yeah. I know that they have quite a lot of big artists on their labels. Not signed to them, they're working with a lot of guys. They're working with TOK, they're working with Beanie, they're working, a whole heap of people. Yeah. So I kind of saw myself being put in a situation where I would be at the back, not being as grand scale as the artists that they're currently working with. So I brokered my own distribution. Yeah. So I have my own account manager. They have their distribution, and I work for both labels. But the account managers advised me not to put out a body of work, to put out one track a month and build a hype behind each track instead of just putting out. Because when you're releasing music, if you don't do the marketing and the PR, you're essentially just going out to the middle of the ocean and dropping your record in it.
Yeah.
Not even a fish is going to chew that. You know what I mean?
Damn.
You got to build the hype slowly. So
yeah. So do you feel like the hype is building? Do you feel like your audience is being captured?
It's growing.
Okay.
It's growing. It's definitely growing. It's not. Well, it can always be better. You know what I mean? It can always be better. Right now I'm working with obviously TG, and I've got a couple of guys in Berlin, and we're doing things in Jamaica. It is growing. So yeah.
I love that. And a part of the hip hop culture is, wow, I don't know if it's a part of the hip hop culture, but a lot of the time there seems to be beef with the next person and issues with the next person. Do you see yourself getting into that, or are you just going to be spitting lyrics and you're not bothered about anybody else?
Not on that. Who's got time for that? I mean, I guess it sells records.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I don't want beef with Kendrick. Yeah, Kendrick, my guy. Kendrick. We good, yeah? Bless. No, who's got time for that?
Okay.
I guess in a marketing strategy that would work.
Yeah.
But in other strategies, I don't see it being a fruitful thing to engage with in terms of growth and maintaining a fan base and things like that. Plus, it's music. We're here for the music, not the battle rap.
Yeah, and it seems like one big headache, right?
It does. And then obviously, everything with Tupac and Biggie and street culture, and you know what I mean? It just gets dumb.
Yeah.
And then people do dumb things, and it's,
I hear that. So, what's next for you? I feel like saying that seems a bit silly because we've just went through your whole accolade and you're doing a whole heap already. But what's next? What can the listeners look forward to?
So, I have another track coming out next month, as will follow for the next couple of months. Rowan and I have been working on a lot of music with some interesting collaborations from other artists in Jamaica, and those will also be coming out on the Mixaholic Music record label as well. And also I am using my engineering skills to also work in the music side with a metaverse company to which we're trying to bring, essentially not bring the metaverse to Jamaica, because in parts it will be there, but to bring a platform for other artists to broadcast their music using VR technology across the world.
Wow, looking forward to that 100%. But you know what, Shaun?
Yes, ma'am.
You know what's coming, right?
No.
I've got to ask you to sing a little something or rap a little something or whatever you're feeling for the listeners and the people out there.
All right, cool.
Oh, okay. He didn't even back away with that. You just went, yep. So when you're ready, King, then I'm happy.
All right. Cool. I'm probably just gonna spit. Okay, I didn't see. I wish you told me about this, because then I could have thought about what I'm gonna spit. I was just like, okay.
Can't tell you.
Okay, cool. Alright, from the top, yeah. Order but heavy with the rhythm and the bass. Look over in my cup, trying to find little ways. Yeah, give me ease, give me peace, give me creep, give me ease, give me everything. But nobody give a break, who believe. From a small town, ugly, struggling, won't be many after me. That's your too much cussing. We're on radio, right?
Yeah.
What do I have this clip? Special with them, semi-not special. Traveling on my shoes and then you with a special extraterrestrial, some white berry girl. With the sun they come up orange just for turn cribbing. I will keep it to the minimal. And it ain't if they can, we can end up in a roll. Play it straight and stick to the principle of me gone abroad. Make the whole world know about Shaun, my girl.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh. I ain't gonna lie, you sound a little bit of the flavour of Kabaka Pyramid. Or is he sounding like you?
Yeah?
Yeah. Is he sounding like you or you sounding like him?
Boy, I don't know, man. We have to put that to the people still.
That's
I like
it.
Kabaka. I actually did his tour in Germany
Yeah.
last year or the year before. I was on a small segment of the Kabaka Pyramid tour as well. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Love that. And how did he take to you? Because he's very, very astute, very particular about who he has on his set and things like that. So how did he take?
He was cool. I think quite throughout most of it, he was quite exhausted. We were in the same hotel most times, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, we got to chill a bit. But more times in the show, them man, boy, when I come in, them man are like sleeping.
Yeah.
And it's very quiet in the backstage, so especially when you're on somebody else's tour, you're a guest.
Yeah.
So you don't want to bring people up in there, you don't want to make noise, you don't want to get in anybody's space. You're there to do your work, so yeah, man, just hop out on the stage, did a thing, then man come in, killed it as usual. Yeah, it was a good vibe.
That's good. I love that. So what would you like to say to the listeners and the people out there who have been supporting you or just heard about you today?
Come connect. I'm doing all kinds of music. Music is your thing. It's something you love.
Yeah.
Income. I'm here. You can find me at on Instagram. I am, and then the dot punctuation. So I am dot Shaun Michael on Instagram. TikTok is I am Shaun Michael. YouTube is at I am Shaun Michael, and my website is iamshaunmichael.com. So basically, yeah, I'm Shaun Michael. Yeah,
What's your name again?
Don't put no S at the end of my name, because then we're gonna have that beef.
Oh dear, oh dear. So, when it comes to your works now, how would you describe your works in 3 words before we go?
Energetic, soulful, and powerful.
Jeez. Oh. Just that's from the top of your head, right?
Yeah.
I love that. You know what, King? It's been a blessing to speak with you, and I hope we can meet in person again.
Yo, I'm down to come down to Coventry anytime. Just give me a shout, man. I'll forward.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'll hold you to that.
Yeah, man. 100.
Okay.
All right, DJKat, thank you so much. It's been great.
Anytime. We'll speak again.
All right, love.
Bless up. Bless.